I know it's really sad to like see families around just because I went to like a Catholic high school and the Catholic college. I know people who there's a member in their family that fell out of the faith and fell into hard times, maybe has an alcohol addiction, drug addiction.
Hello, LifeSite family. Now, you know that we have social media accounts. We have an Instagram account. We have YouTube Shorts. We have all these things. And you might have seen these short videos with a very attractive young woman and wondered, who is that? Well, that is LifeSite's own Christina Rossini. And you're going to get to meet her right here. This is the John-Henry Westen Show. Stay tuned. Christina, welcome to the program.
Hi, John-Henry. How's it going?
Awesome. Awesome. Let's begin as we always do with the sign of the cross. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. So, Christina, I think there's probably people who are wondering, who is this young lady? Why is she promoting LifeSite stories all the time? And they're into like TikTok and Instagram now. Tell us about yourself. Let people know who you are.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christina. I have been working with LifeSite full-time since August, but before that, I was actually an intern here. So it's kind of a new thing for me, but I've always had a love of social media, so that's where I work mostly. And I took it upon myself to get more involved in just what was happening in the news. And I will check our, the last 10 days articles every single day, just going through just to see if there's anything good going on, just because I love keeping up with stuff. Like at one point we found a need, just LifeSite found a need to kind of showcase more of a personal, like a storytelling almost of these articles. And I decided, hey, it'd be fun if we did some sort of like just short video platform like TikTok or something, just to make it easier for these articles to digest with some people. So that's kind of where I came into the whole mix. And they were like, Christina, you seem good for this. Like, let's try you out. I'm like, okay, cool. Sounds good. And so that's what I've been doing.
A lot of people would look at you and say, hey, what in the world is she doing that for? This is a kind of an alienating thing. It's hardcore pro-life, pro-family, pro-faith. What are you doing in there? You're a young person. You should be out enjoying yourself. Aren't you concerned about people who are going to look down upon you because of this, what you're doing, and think, oh, what an extremist?
So from a very long time ago when I was in college, so I guess not too long ago, but maybe 3 years ago, I was met with a big controversial whole thing I was part of Turning Point at the time. And so I'm very used to the controversy. I am used to people disliking me for my views and my vocalness of those views. And so I don't know, it's like my comfort spot. Like I'm just used to kind of being like kind of hit against, like people lashing out just because of what I'm saying. I feel like this is kind of a hill that's worthy of dying on, like in staking my reputation on, just because like pro-family and pro-life values resonate with me and my family so much that it just means the world that I'm able to speak on it and work with an organization such as LifeSite that is so openly pro-family and pro-life.
You speak of your family. What's your family life been like?
I am one of six. I'm the second oldest. I have an older sister and then a brother, sister. And it's always been a fun time. My parents are both devoted Catholics. They try to pray the rosary daily. They taught us prayers when we were really little. I think that one of my first like sentences was being able to say the whole Hail Mary. So if that gives you an idea. But yeah, so my family life has always been so good. My parents have always inspired us to strive for holiness. And then my grandparents as well, on both my mom's and my dad's side. So it's definitely a fun family dynamic. We're all really close. We were all homeschooled until like high school, like until ninth grade. And so we grew up very close. We've always been each other's best friends. And I would say that is the best dynamic, I think, like for a family that I could think of.
In today's day and age, there's normally periods of great rebellion, sometimes even leaving the church. And your experience has been fairly smooth comparatively.
Yeah, I would say so. With all my siblings, we're all still very Catholic. We went to Benedictine College, which is a really great Catholic school in Kansas. It's in the Midwest. There's really not a lot to do. So maybe that's the whole, like that can it can keep you Catholic just because there's not a lot to do other than like just pray and everything, which is good. It's good. But yeah, so we all went to Catholic schooling. And we just learned religion up from the time that we were in kindergarten, even before just like learning how to pray and all that. But I know it's really sad to like see families around because I went to like just because I went to like a Catholic high school and the Catholic college, I know people who like there's a member in their family that fell out of the faith and just fell into hard times, maybe has an alcohol addiction, drug addiction, stuff like that. And I am just so blessed to have a family that hasn't had problems like that. Crossing fingers, sorry, the superstition. Like, I'm just very happy that I've never had to deal with that, but it must be all of the prayers that are just coming from like my parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, you name it, everybody around.
Just a quick note before we return. If you would like to stay up to date on LifeSite's coverage of the latest life, family, and culture news, subscribe to one of our many newsletters by going to LifeSiteNews.com/subscribe. And if you'd like to help us bring our truth-telling coverage to millions around the world, please consider making a one-time or monthly donation at give.lifesitenews.com. And now, back to the video. This is a model. I'm sure many people would like to want to stop here and dissect what your parents did, because this is a dream for so many parents. But you guys are very Catholic, but LifeSite is very controversial even for Catholics, because we've been, maybe 10 years ago, it was much more normal. But now with Pope Francis, things are very controversial. And it's kind of, some Catholics look at us and say, oh, gee, they're like anti-Catholic or something. What does your family make of your work for LifeSite, and what's your take on it? I mean, trying to strive to be a faithful Catholic, and there you are with this organization that some view even as anti-Catholic.
My mother specifically, she has always been very involved in politics. She worked on a couple campaigns like 10 years ago, just throughout the years. And so just by that nature, she's always wanting to be involved, knowing the news. She's a skeptic, so she likes to take every single side and like dissect it like that. But I know that when Pope Francis came into the papacy, she immediately kind of saw a little red flag go up with a couple of the things that he did in the early parts of his papacy. And so she's always kind of been on the ball in that way. And I think like one of the biggest reasons that I feel so free to be part of an organization that views what he's doing in this type of way is because I have my family behind me. Because my mom, she tells us everything. She's always relaying news articles and just like Catholic things going on too. She's keeping us in the loop all the time. It's awesome. So I think that the way that I was just right away able to understand that these things that he's doing are not in accord with the Catholic Church, they're wrong, it's definitely helped me ease into like taking a role in a company such as LifeSite that also sees something wrong. I identify with it. Like it's really cool. I reflect it definitely.
What is your experience with social media? Because, I mean, it's a hard area. I mean, it's actually an area that's replete with all sorts of things that might lead people astray. Flipping through videos and stuff can get you into real trouble. What's your advice for young people on how to navigate these waters in which you swim in just about every day?
TikTok is one of the things that I love to be on. It's just really nice to be able to see like the culture around the world just in these little videos. But there are definitely some that are not appropriate for like younger kids. For me, I don't know why, but I never really had a problem with them. I would just swipe past them or, report them if they're wrong. But I would say that it would be healthy if people had a screen time limit put on for like TikTok or Instagram, just so you can kind of stop yourself. Be like, okay, no more. Time to do something else. Time to do something constructive and productive with my brain, But I mean, it is cool because like on social media, there's so much to learn and to see. It's almost addicting. Like it's definitely kind of an addiction, especially if you're like posting things. You almost get addicted to the sensation and the dopamine of like all the likes and the comments that you're getting. And that's also very dangerous because it's super easy to just fall into that and just become addicted to the process. So I would say definitely like a screen time limit would be good, but also just be prudent with how much time you're spending, who you're following. I would definitely say that.
What message would you like to leave your fans with? Because there's a little fan base developing there of people who like to see you, are following your posts on Instagram, TikTok, and so on. What are your words for them?
My words would be, well, thank you for following me and liking my videos. I definitely appreciate it. I try to keep them a little short, try to keep them informative while also having a little sense of humor in there too. So thank you so much for everything. And if you like and continue to share them with people, that would be great. It'll help LifeSite's name grow.
Thank you so much, Christina. God bless you, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And God bless all of you. And we'll see you next time. Hi everyone, this is John-Henry Westen. We hope you enjoyed this video, and to see more like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button below to get all the latest content from LifeSiteNews. So check out our links in the description to read more, sign up for our newsletter, and connect with us on social media so that you can stay up to date with all of the latest life, family, and culture news. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you.